Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Dr.ill and today I got my visa, skilled worker visa. Before I forget, let's talk all about it. In this video, we'll be talking about what kind of visa you require in order to start working as a doctor in the UK. We'll talk about what documents you need in order to apply for the visa, what's the validity of this visa, whether you should go for a priority service, and lastly my experience, my review of the VFS Center, VFS Global and the Visa Application Center. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So what type of visa you need in order to start working as a doctor in the NHS or just in the UK? So the type of visa you require is a type of skilled worker visa called as health and care worker visa. Depending on what position you have applied for and what's your salary, you will be eligible or not eligible for this kind of visa. Whether you are eligible for a health and care worker visa will be mentioned on your certificate of sponsorship, which we will talk about later. On a standard visitor visa, you are not eligible to work there. That's why you need a separate or skilled worker visa. Second, what are the documents required for the visa application? The main documents that you will require are: number one, your certificate of sponsorship. Once you get employed by a hospital, your hospital will send you this document, which will contain details about your passport and about the job that you've been selected for. So it will contain your salary details, your start date, end date, and using that information you'll be able to fill the visa application. It will also contain details about the kind of visa you're eligible for. So this is the most important document when it comes to visa application. Once you have filled the application, you will require 3 more documents you are required to submit before you attend your biometric appointment. Number 1, the criminal record certificate, or as we call it in India, the police clearance certificate. Now this is a document that basically is issued by the local police station of your hometown, and it basically declares that you don't have any pending cases against you and that you're safe to travel to UK. It takes around 2 to 4 weeks to issue a PCC in India, and it's valid for about 6 months. You can apply for it only from your hometown, so you have to be in your city in order to apply for police clearance certificate because there's a lot of police verification that gets done. Number 2, your TB certificate. It's a general checkup where they basically look for any evidence of active pulmonary TB in your body. They conduct tests like sputum test and chest X-ray. Now, the government of UK has authorized only a few centers in the countries outside UK, like in India and Pakistan. Only these centers are authorized to give you a TB certificate or a valid TB certificate that is valid enough for your visa application. You can check the list of these centers on the site government.uk. You can also find a link of that site in the description. Number 3, you'll have to carry your valid passport to the biometric center when you attend the appointment. It will then be collected for stamping the visa. Validity of the visa. Your passport or your travel document gets stamped with a short-term entry clearance visa, which allows you to visit the country on this visa within 90 days. Once you enter the country, once you enter UK, you'll then be issued a BRB number, which is your biometric residence permit. You'll use this number in the future for all the work that gets done in the UK. Should you go for a priority visa, the government of UK offers you 3 options: standard visa services, or priority visa, or super priority visa. The first one, which is the standard visa application, it takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get a decision on your visa application. When you apply via the priority route, it takes 5 days to get a decision on your visa application. When you apply through the super priority services or through the super priority route, it takes 1 day to get a decision, or they claim that it takes 1 day to get a decision on the visa application. My experience of the whole visa process. I paid an additional 27,000 Indian national rupees and went for the priority visa service. And yes, I got a decision on my application within these 5 days. My experience of getting the skilled worker visa was very different from the standard visitor visa that I went for my PLAB 2 exam. It took about 40 days to get a decision on that visa application. But for my skilled worker visa, I got a decision at the end of the 5th day. Another reason could have been that, health and care worker visa comes under the shortage occupancy list, so they need you. However, a friend of mine went through the standard route, and even she got a decision on her visa application at the end of 5th or 6th day. So it's completely unpredictable, but because I do not want to go through that anxiety of waiting for 4 weeks to get a decision on my skilled worker visa or application, I went for the priority service, and if you got the money like 27,000, by all means go for it. Review of the VFS Center. At every point, they'll ask you to pay for this or that service. It's kind of pathetic, really. At one point, one of the staff member told me that my documents won't get verified if I don't pay 7,000 for the premium service. But I did not pay a single extra penny for anything except for the courier service, which basically delivers the passport or the travel document to my home. So that's the only service I paid for, and I don't regret it. Guess what? The final verification of your documents is done by the embassy, not by these centers. So don't fall for their tricks. All you need to do is upload a scanned version of your documents. That's it, guys. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up. Like, share, subscribe. You know the drill. I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye. Good luck.